important to base your decisions and your mindset that you choose to have off of what we can see prior to any emotion or reaction, pre-programmed reaction getting in the way. We have so many distortions from when we are growing up that we acquire. We acquire many different layers of distortions, and because of our education and just the language, the way our brain processes language and meaning and experiences, typically we end up developing a map of reality in our brain that it's not really reality, it's just based on our emotion and certain cognitive function, and it can be useful in some way. It can be useful, like human beings, we can use this kind of thing to an advantage in terms of engineering and physics and art, and we can develop that in a very good way. But we need to understand the awareness, the energy, the physiology that is prior to that. Because after that, maybe we can say Hou Tian and Qian Tian. Okay, this is a concept in Qigong about what was before and what was after. So we have to think about, before we even think about anything, what do you feel? Before you even made any judgment about it. So through this space, this emptiness, we feel it. When we allow that space to open up more and more, and we allow ourselves to feel comfortable in that, we have a foundation from which we can build up our health. We can make our body stronger. We can enhance our IQ because we can relax and feel safe. In some basic energy. Same way, why a baby feels so safe inside the mother. When you were a baby, when you were inside, you felt very comfortable. And your energy, your dantian, was working at 100%, because your lungs weren't working. So you couldn't pump the blood around your body like that, and you couldn't receive energy through your lungs to connect with that. So this one was already built up at 100%. Then when you were born, and when they cut your umbilical cord, you started then using your lungs, and then the energy changed a little bit and started working in a different way, and started that original functions that was at 100%, it started going down to 99, 98, 97, 96, until when you're about 5 years old, maybe just 40% left. When you're 10 years old, maybe just 30%. And when you're 25, maybe just 5% left. When you're 30, maybe just like 5% or so. Maybe a little bit more if you're lucky, if you were raised in a more better way. So just need to identify how to empty the cup. If this cup is our mind, we need it to be not have any holes in it. That energy, that chi, that life force that fills up in this space, it's congruent with the qualities which allow for prosperity and compassion and strength, courage, and this. No need to be afraid, because you see the way to so I have various ways that I incorporate to learn from, and yeah, it's important that we have a good foundation based on the things which have been proven to work, which the methods which people have used, and which they have used to develop themselves, to build the energy, and we can clearly see, yep, that worked. That person has built up his energy and is effective in that way. So we need to follow these people and these traditions, and stick close with these masters who can teach us this. But at the same time, we must realize that there's a certain kind of momentum that's been going on in the world. There's a certain cycle that we are kind of, trapped in or part of, just through cause and effect. Simply through the fact that I need to eat food, that food has to come from somewhere. I'm using my phone right now to record this video, and some parts in the phone, it was derived from slavery and human rights abuse, and not paying people, and also various types of human rights abuse, some very terrible kind of human rights abuse linked to. So, but we can't just we can't just, maybe when I talk about that, our emotion starts to get involved, and then our confirmation bias, okay? This is a problem. Confirmation bias. Okay, this is a problem. This is a distortion. This is something that comes after you had a neutral, unbiased awareness, and then your cognitive function, your emotions got involved. So the same is true of anything you visualize in your mind, anything you imagine. It's still not real, and it's something that you made up. So even though I have had certain experiences, I've had dreams and other experiences happen, serendipity, synchronicity happen, that it can't so easily be explained just as a coincidence. It seems like there's some. It seems like I'm part of something greater. Something greater is calling on me. Some greater purpose. Some good purpose, which I would like, which I resonate with, is connecting with me, and that's how I kind of train my. That's how I know what kind of shape does my mind need to be in to receive the energy that I need to make progress, to get somewhere. And when I had these dreams and these experiences, these serendipities that seem to suggest what I feel compelled to do, what I would like to do based on what I understand. This is kind of you could say, download that I kind of tried to connect with through kind of artistically expressing, you know how I feel, and then setting this as my target manifestation, you can say, and then finding out what are the right qualities that my mind needs to be in, what are the causes that need to be in place for such an effect to happen, to put me on the course of such a causal chain or a flow or process that will head in that direction. So even though that's what that's the kind of shape that I have put my mind in. I can't confirm that I was a space commander in my past life or in another universe or something like this, but it feels like it could be something like this. So there's various tools that I've found useful, and one of them is colloidal monatomic elements. Actually, monatomic elements is this one, which is Ormus, and of course it includes gold, but it's not only gold, but single particles of these highly conductive, highly stable, non-corrosive metals, very pure, very stable, non-corrosive, highly conductive metals that have an affinity for the nervous system, such as platinum, iridium, copper, silver, gold, and these are something that can help in the transformation process. To let our nervous system become more conductive, to handle more load, to handle more energy. And also, of course, colloidal silver, colloidal gold. Make sure it's pure 24 karat colloidal gold and pure silver. This is 20 ppm, so for every 1 million water molecules, there's 20 nanoparticles of gold, which are about, I think, between 3 to 10 nanometers across, so very small. And the silver is 10 ppm. And on top of that, I've used some high voltage external high voltage energy, electricity, from a power source, which is, this one is 30 kV, 30,000 volts DC, with a maximum power level current of 10 milliamps. So very small milliamps, but it will still, it would still burn and cause damage if you touched it directly. So there's a special way to use this. It has to be done through a dielectric barrier, okay, through a dielectric barrier like this type of thing. So I have a quartz crystal wrapped in a copper wire, and I'm not sure if there would be any effect with the quartz crystal, but it's just good to tinker around with things and see if I notice anything. So that's how I did it. And this one I connected to the negative like this, and then the positive I connected to the metal cup like this, and then I hold the metal cup in one hand and hold the dielectric barrier in the other. So that will basically kind of act as a barrier. It will limit the current, so only very high voltage potential will come through. Very high voltage potential will come through, and I will use it to I will let that a very, very high voltage potential, meaning those electrons are spinning very, 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 very fast. Okay, and then it will come through and it will couple with my dantian, and then I will use that to spin up my energy field in my dantian a little bit faster than it could, than it otherwise could. And but this one, it seems to have blown. I charged up quite a lot, and I used this probably for about a year now, and not every day, but sometimes. And then at one time I charged up very, very much, and I could feel my energy field getting quite strong, and then that thing went, and I think hopefully it's just a fuse inside that's blown. Hopefully I can fix that. But yeah, I think that I may have I need to treat this be a little bit careful, because my energy field is going to charge up a lot, and because basically there probably would have been some impulse that a back EMF, an impulse that went back through, and then blew the fuse, or wrecked whatever part of it. So I think I need to not hold them too long. I only need to hold it for a couple of minutes or even just a few seconds, so that that energy field that has a much higher speed can then spin up my dantian, and then give me a chance to couple with that field and use that to spin up a little bit more energy. And also I'm training the conductive line through here, so I'm training to be able to project energy and create a circuit between my hands. Can use that for many different things, including healing. And so that one blew, but I got another one, which is this one. That was 30 kV, 10 milliamp, yeah. And this is 60,000 volts, 10 milliamp. So I've played around with this a little bit to charge up my energy field a little bit more. And yeah, that seems to also work quite well. And of course, continue drinking these elixirs, which will of course have an affinity with my nervous system, and because I'm doing this will allow those conductive lines to form, which is going to allow my body to store more energy. It's going to help bump up my IQ, and other things is all developed at the same rate, basically, because you're starting at a very most basic level of energy. That's what you have to be aware of, how you have to do it, and understand how to stabilize the emotions. So there's no energy going up and blowing up the emotions and things, otherwise that kind of blow it's going to make you crazy or something. Yeah, so I have to be careful with that. This emotional equilibrium must be the foundation of the training method. Some people, they're going to say like, oh, if you drink colloidal gold, or these colloidal gold and silver and monatomic gold, it's going to, your IQ will go up, but then your emotional, you won't be able to. No, you still can. You still can. Your IQ, your EQ, actually, when you make your IQ go up via this method, this is a foundation, and then it will help you also in the other departments as well, equally. So long as you know how to train them equally. So long as you are very, very, you know how to really open up a space so that there's no energy going up there. You're just only aware of that space, and you know how to, what kind of a shape the mind needs to be in. So I want to open up the right space to communicate with these extraterrestrials that will be congruent with, that will agree, that I will be able to agree with, that they will agree with me, I will agree with them on at least some ways, and we will be able to have a prosperous kind of relationship, business relations, coexist, so that so that I can get my spaceships ready. And do some ethical interplanetary business. And have things in place for that.